What's up, SAIYAN Army? So today's video is going to be about my 10-year transformation. Before we get started, I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for entering my giveaway. I read every single one of your comments and I couldn't do it without it putting a smile on my face. You guys are so nice, and even the constructive criticism I really appreciate, because that's what we're about, is just growing together and making this channel better. And that's why we're putting together this video. A lot of you guys commented that you guys want to know more about me, know more about my journey. So today's video, we're going to talk about my 10-year transformation, my 10-year journey, my 10-year journey into working out. Now, I started when I was 16 years old at 119 pounds of solid beef. No, not really, but I was happy. I was 119 pounds. I didn't even think about working out. But my good friend Tyson, one of my best friends growing up, even one of my best friends today, his nickname playing soccer, or if you're not from the US, football, his nickname was Ohidohashi, which means, I think it was Ohidohashi. Anyways, it was which means running chopsticks. And he hated that nickname. I thought it was hilarious, but they used to call him running chopsticks. And it was so funny. So after soccer season finished, he was like, F this, I'm gonna gain some weight and I'm gonna go to the gym. So he gets a gym membership and whatever. And I'm like, cool, do your thing, man. You go to the gym and do your thing. You know, I'm cool here. I'd rather just watch TV, you know, play some video games, whatever. And he was like, no, man, you're coming with me. And I'm like, what? No, I'm good. So anyways, to make a long story short, he drags me into the gym. And we get started. I get my dad to get me a gym pass. We get a gym pass. Our first day in the gym, man, went horrible. I was so self-conscious in the gym. I was like, all these meatheads are judging me. They're looking at me. They're thinking mean things about me. They're like, what are these guys doing in my gym? And I was just so self-conscious. So our first day, we decided to flat bench. We're flat benching. The bar's going everywhere. I end up failing with just the bar. You don't see that too often, but that happened. I failed with the bar. It was stuck on my chest. I couldn't get it off me. It felt like 1,000 pounds back then. And yeah, he had to help me get the bar off my chest. Meanwhile, there's this old lady next to us benching a lot of weight, which is what I know today, 135. But you know, she was benching 135 pounds for reps right next to us. And we're just looking at her like, damn. And yeah, we left the gym. We didn't even finish our workout. I was like, yo, let's go. This sucks, let's go. But so we left the gym, but we came back again the next day and we just kept at it. Our first year in the gym, I went from 120 pounds to 140 pounds, and our form wasn't great, our nutrition wasn't great, but we stayed consistent and we just kept going and pushing ourselves in the gym to go ham. You know, we were the guys doing half reps on the bench and half reps everywhere, going as heavy as we could. You know, we did nothing right, but we stayed consistent, which is what trumps everything. And yeah, we gained 20 pounds and I was like, oh crap, this shit is easy, man. If I gain 20 pounds every year, I'll be like 200 pounds solid muscle in like a couple of years now, and then I'm good. I can just quit and, you know, get all the girls, whatever. I'll be the next Mr. Olympia. That was before we knew Arnold was on the drugs and all the IFBB pros were on the drugs. We didn't know any better. But yeah, so I went up to 140 pounds. And just to give you guys an idea of our diet, this was our diet. And we would eat anything and everything in sight. So I would eat breakfast at home. My dad would make me breakfast every morning. Then we'd get to school, and I went to a public school, so our food was ghetto, but it worked. So this was our breakfast, and we get two breakfasts. Breakfast was 35 cents each, and we get two breakfasts, and they should have cost 35 cents. It was literally two pieces of bread, like two bread buns, but they would toast it, and there was a cinnamon option and a peanut butter option. We'd get one of each. So the cinnamon option was toasted, like a toasted bun with cinnamon and butter on top. and that's it. And then you had like milk and fruits, and there's a peanut butter option. And the peanut butter option was the toasted buns with peanut butter, sugar on top both sides, and just milk and fruits. And that was our breakfast every morning. First lunch came, we'd eat first lunch. Second lunch came, we'd eat second lunch too. Sometimes we'd eat 2 second lunches. And but then after school, we'd go work out because the gym just so happened to be right next to our high school. And then after that, we'd go to McDonald's or go grab some more food if we had money. Because keep in mind, we were like broke high school kids back then. Then we'd go home and eat some more. And we just eat and eat and eat. And we didn't know what macros were back then. I didn't know what macros were for a long time after that. But we just kept going and we're making gains. By the time I graduated my senior year, I was 160 pounds. And no, actually I was 170 pounds. I got fat. So right before my senior year ended, I got to 170 pounds. What I am today. Like I weighed at 172 today. My senior year I was 170 pounds fat. Who would have thought I'd ever see the same, like I would have never thought I thought I'd be like 200 pounds, to be honest, 10 years from back then. But anyways, that's when I injured my lower back. We're squatting, and we couldn't have been squatting a lot because we rarely squatted. So it was probably maybe like 135 pounds. So I'm thinking it was some kind of pre-existing injury or pre-existing condition with my back. But anyways, I got my bulging disc, which sucked because for a whole year I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even do leg press. Leg press to put too much pressure on my lower back. I couldn't do it. Yeah, but I still entered my high school bodybuilding show that year. I just wanted to see where I could take my physique, and I had the help of a friend who competed back then, and he helped me with my diet and everything. It was the most bro diet ever. I felt like shit. Chicken and broccoli every single day, man. I would eat like, oh my god. He would make me eat oatmeal with raw egg whites inside. I mean, like, I remember just gagging eating that. That shit was all slimy and stuff. Oatmeal with raw egg whites, not cooked. And it was all slimy and stuff, and oh my god. But I dropped down to about 145 pounds, I believe, when I competed. So I went from 170 to 145. Competed in my high school show. I won, which was pretty cool. My legs look like crap, which is why I don't really have pictures of my legs too much of that show, because I couldn't do legs back then because I was still messing with my lower back injury. And yeah, I ended up winning that show. And that was huge for me. I was huge self-confidence booster, and just felt good to be able to accomplish something like that, because everyone would tell me, oh no, you have a good physique, you should compete and whatnot. And so we did. So after that we kept going to the gym, kept making gains. Even to that point, the heaviest I got was maybe 170, 175 again. That was maybe the heaviest, and that was fat. I mostly stayed within the 165 pound range back then, and even then I still could have cut like another 5-10 pounds and would have been good and lean. Probably lean like I am today. But anyways, we just kept lifting. That's when I kind of hit a slow point in my lifting period, and that's where I didn't really make any gains. I was kind of happy with the way I looked. I was very content, and for a bunch of years in my early 20s, I was just content. I would do the same weight, have the same routine, wouldn't push myself, would just do whatever I felt like doing that day. And I just kind of fitness wasn't like the main thing that I was trying to progress at. It was just a thing that I did because just out of sheer habit, because I've been doing it for so long. And that's another thing I'm gonna tell you guys is never, ever, ever be happy with just where you are, man. Always push for something. Always have some kind of goal. Always be trying to excel, man, because I wasted so many years. Now, looking back, let's say I didn't just stay around the same weight and actually push myself, I'd probably look just slightly different today. For me right now, as a natural bodybuilder, The amount of gains I put in every year is so minuscule, like you can barely even tell. But it's still gains nonetheless, and we're still on that uphill slide. It's not a journey, it's not a sprint, it's not a race, it's a journey, and we're still working at it. So fast forward to today, and I was one of those kids growing up that I never really was good at anything. I never really excelled at math. I wasn't good at sports. You know, I was okay at sports. I was good at the sports that I practiced really hard. Like, I got decent at baseball, but that was because I would practice like every other day. My dad built a mound on the side of our house and I would practice a lot. You know, I was decent at wrestling, and that's because I would stay after practice and practice with the coach. I always had to work hard to be just half decent at anything, you know, and I wasn't even like really good. I was just had to work hard to be half decent, man. And that was me growing up. And fast forward today, it took me to move 5,000 miles to start this channel up, to find out that, hey, this is what I love. I love coaching people, I love helping people, I love motivating people, inspiring people. This is what I love. This is what I do full time, and I just want to thank all you guys for your continued support throughout this journey as we're still going. I mean, to think that, you know, a little Asian kid, 120-pound Asian kid out of Hawaii could, you know, inspire and motivate all of you guys. And the journey just isn't gonna stop. Guys, we're just keep going, man. And I made a post the other day, and that is, there's no genetic limitations. And let's talk about genetics too. Genetics, I hate that word. You know why? Because you can't control your genetics, man. I'll be the first to admit that I have above average genetics, but you can't make that a limiting factor on your journey. Alright? Everyone has their own genetics. Everyone can look good. Maybe your genetics won't take you to the IFBB pro level, but for most people that's not your goal, you know, but everyone can look damn good no matter what genetics they have. That's what I truly believe. So only worry about what you can control. What you can't control, fuck it. Don't worry about it. You know, just do you and work on what you can control, and that is your physique today. And keep grinding, guys. One of the reasons I stay natural is I want to show you guys what can be accomplished if you guys just keep at it, man. There's no really natural limitations. There's no natty cap that you hit that you can't surpass, man. You know, the only limitations are in your head. You know, the only time you limit yourself is when you quit. You know, my natty cap is going to be when I quit lifting, and that's never. So we're going to take this physique to as far as we can go naturally. Will it ever be 200 pounds solid? Hell no, not in this lifetime. But that's fine. You know, even if it takes me the next 10 years to go to 180 at this same body fat, I'll be happy. You know, because it's a journey and I love it, and this is what I do, guys. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This video was just me rapping with you guys, and it was more laid back. There's gonna be pictures I'm gonna be putting all over the screen and whatnot, which you guys already saw. So, again, thank you guys for all your support. Let's continue this journey, and let's grow and go Super Saiyan over 9,000. See you guys in the next video. Much love, aloha, strength and honor.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000! Immortal!